Welcome to Align Trading, going over today's SPY recap and live analysis. So first thing that I explained in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to continue watching the blue and yellow controlled selling algorithm with the purple buying continuation. And you can see right here that we have this yellow controlled selling right here. And in the morning, we have this inverse head and shoulder right there. We dip down with this controlled selling that we have been having each morning for the past almost week. I'm not going to go through it all in the video right here, but if you want to watch the video over the weekend where I compare the exact same price action, once again, you can see right here in the morning, we form this inverse head and shoulder after about an hour of chop right there, so near 10:30, and from here, we start taking off the rest of the day. And then back to this for just a moment. If you were shorting this right here, why were you shorting it? There was no reason to. You can see, like I explained right here, we need to get below this shoulder. If we close this inverse cup right here and we start heading down, breaking out of this white algorithm and the green that you can see here, and we never did that. And instead, we remain within this green algorithm right here. You can see how we are testing it on the way up. We're within it still, and then we start to get that more aggressive breakout still within that purple algorithm. So back to the 1 minute chart, going over the microstructure and entries. Like I was mentioning just a minute ago, with this inverse head and shoulder right here to start the day, after the hour of chop that we have been having, you still see we are in this controlled selling with the yellow and the blue, and from there is this inverse head and shoulder, as well as this cup and handle that you can see starting to form right here. And with the completion of this cup, once we start to build this handle right here, I begin adding into my position, which you can see are these green dots circled right here on the left. So you see the blue controlled selling. Believe it or not, it is not just random lines. You have to be skilled enough to see it. And you can see this inverse head and shoulder, as well as a mini cup and handle within there. Hard to see, but you must catch that. And then once again, another inverse head and shoulder if you caught that for this nice move up. And I was all out right here. So moral of the story here, if there are any clowns watching thinking this does not work, this is random, there is no way, just because you do not understand what's going on right here, you cannot see the microstructure right here, you have no concept of it, does not mean that this does not work. I do this every single day of my life, and you can see that it is not just bullshit. So take it how you will. So from here, I explained if you are looking to short this, you must see us head back down with this head and shoulder, grabbing this liquidity right here. Maybe we form an inverse cup and handle, right? Something like this, grabbing that liquidity to head down. But you will see throughout the entire day, there was really no reason to be shorting this. And like I also explained, we may need to dig deeper, so pay attention to that even if we do reach this pink level. If we close this cup, right, and we do not get below this level, well then we can do what we did here, and you see this inverse head and shoulder once again, and this cup and handle like you saw down here, right? Now, once again, just because you do not understand what is going on right here, and then you cannot see the microstructure right here, this inverse head and shoulder off of that cup and handle, and then we go over to the 30-minute, and what do you see here? This blue and yellow controlled selling once again with this inverse head and shoulder. So if you were shorting this, I just want to ask you why. Just because there were two red candles, what was your reasoning? You have to use the structure. So if we got back below this level right here and we wanted to start breaking out of that green, right? But we are not breaking out of that, and you can see this purple still in control right here. Now, even before this move right here, I explained to be looking for, right, first of all, this cup that was forming right here with this inverse head and shoulder, so this could have been a scalp, but you see that we also had this shoulder like I explained here, and if we want to head down, be watching for that, and then below this 526.21 level, look for us to form that handle, and you can see that we tried, but we were never able to hold back below that level, and instead formed that inverse head and shoulder with this cup and handle right here. So now, like I explained here, if you are still looking to short this, there is no reason to until we break down out of this white algorithm and form an inverse cup or a head and shoulder, which we never do. You can see once again, we never form this. We never get back below that level right here to form something like this to head down. And once again, even right here, we never even get below this shoulder. And instead, you see that blue and yellow controlled selling continue to dominate throughout the entire day. We can go right here on the 30-minute once again, blue and yellow controlled selling. And what do you see on the microstructure? An inverse head and shoulder, as well as this cup and handle right here. Once again, inverse head and shoulder with this cup and this handle. And once again, here at the end of the day, yes, it took a long time, but you can see this inverse head and shoulder here. Once again, there is this entry right here, a little bit more difficult towards the last few minutes of the day, but you see how we are still forming this, and we are never breaking out of this white algorithm. So if we did form something like that, but instead you see that we are just continuing to grind higher within this green algorithm right here, and you can see towards the end of the day we get that buying. So now going over what to be watching tomorrow, like I've been explaining with this cup, you have to be paying attention to that if we are trying to fill it. And you must understand now that this upper Bollinger Band is a target, like I explained in the weekend video. We could either be looking at that upper Bollinger retest or the 5-day retest if we saw a dip today, and from there continue moving higher, but we did not, so we will be looking for this tomorrow. So once again, into tomorrow, you must be watching the blue and yellow controlled selling algorithms. Once again, maybe we get another inverse head and shoulder right here, and we continue moving higher within this purple, trying to reach the target of this upper Bollinger, as well as some possible sellers in this area right here. We just have to see. Now, if we do not continue moving higher tomorrow, well, then you can look for this liquidity on the way down, right? If we start to get below and want to head down, breaking out of the green and the white algorithms right here, you must be paying attention to that. So like I was saying with the upper Bollinger Band, if we do get this retest, it does not mean we have to head down. Be watching for this 5-day and Bollinger to trend up. Now, if later in the week with Jackson Hole and Powell speaking, we do get a retest of that 5-day moving average and then continue higher from there, well, that is absolutely a possibility, right? We retest this upper Bollinger, 5-day, continue pushing higher. So just be watching that going into the end of the week. And right now you must understand how that blue and yellow controlled selling is slowly bringing us higher within the purple. And as long as we continue to grind higher, well, then we absolutely can, and there's no reason to short that until otherwise proven. So, right, if we test this upper Bollinger and the 5-day becomes resistance towards the end of the week, well, that's fine if there is a dump, but you must see that first. The last thing before wrapping up the video, you can see that any sort of dip is absolutely bought up. You can see, right, any red candles have just been getting bought up completely. Even if we go into last week, right, any sort of dip is just getting bought. So as long as this does not change, well, then there is no reason to be shorting it, right? Don't fight the trend. But that will wrap up the video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see members in the morning.